You do realise they could have had you arrested?
So you keep saying. Anyway, it's them that should have been locked up, messing about with a little kid like that.
Can I go and see the pups?
Of course you can, mate. I'll be through in a minute. He was dead chuffed to be coming back here. He don't like that Carl.
Don't blame him. But it shouldn't have been here in first place. I told Doreen I'd take him back.
I know what it's like being around your mum's boyfriend and he don't want you to be there.
Well, Doreen wouldn't let out happen to our Tommy. No, she wouldn't.
Yeah, well, I don't fancy being the one to tell him that her and Carl are picking him up.
It'll be back Friday.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just going into town to see what looks nice for tonight.
Oh, you can't leave a thing like a dinner party to chance, Emily. Meticulous planning from menu to place settings. It's the only way.
There are 4 of us. Friends. It's nothing fancy.
You know what they say? If something's worth doing, leave it to Norris. In fact, I have a little game I always play.
I don't think that Rita and Anthony be into games.
It's just an icebreaker, trust me.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I don't mind. It'll be a pleasure for everyone.
Yeah, morning. Chewing gum.
Sugar-free, or do we have a sweet tooth?
Surprise me.
Sugar-free.
I hope you're not behind on your quota.
My funeral, if I am. I just don't get a bonus. Not that it's worth having. Put the targets up again, these have.
Don't go telling her. You'll end up in newspapers again. Slave labour, sweatshop. Or are you not going to bother sticking the knife in Mike's back now you don't work there anymore?
I didn't do it last time.
No, of course you didn't, no. What do you lot reckon, right? Barlow gets inside information about Mike's factory. Now, where could he possibly get that? Certainly not from the woman he sleeps with, who happens to know all of Mike's business. No. Were you trying to turn old Ken on, eh? Is that it? Getting him going with tales of what an evil beggar Mike was.
You always have to bring it down to that, don't you? The lowest possible level.
You betrayed Mike. He might forgive you, but I flipping won't.
If Deirdre said she didn't tell Ken, I, for one, believe her.
Oh? And what about you, eh, Doris? She got you fooled and all.
The name is Norris with an N, and if Mrs. Rashid says she wasn't Ken's informant, that's good enough for me.
There you go, Trira. Eh? Another jury con.
There's no point talking to you. There's only one language you understand.
You hate it that I'm onto you. The one you can't fool. I know what you've done, even if this lot don't.
You know, Nout. It wasn't Deirdre who told Ken, so lay off, eh?
Oh, yeah, and what would you know?
Look, it's all right, Edna.
She needs telling. She's not but a jumped-up little trollop who needs bringing down a peg or two. It was me.
Edna, there's no need.
Every flipping need. I'm sick of watching her throwing her weight around while the rest of us work like flaming horses to keep her in posh cars and tarty clothes. You got it wrong. It was me who went to the papers. I thought it might shame you and Baldwin into treating us proper.
And you said now, you lost your job for her. You're even dafter than I thought. And as for you, calling me a trollop might be the biggest mistake you ever made, lady.
So now you know. Might have done no good in the end. But it was me who told you, Ken.
Edna, I know. I've known for weeks. I wasn't going to say anything. I just wish you hadn't either.
If you're not doing out, you could give me a hand with these.
No, that's it's woman's work. And there was me about to offer you a night on the town in my new company car.
By way of an apology?
Oh, I see. So now I need a reason to take you out in my new company car.
Doesn't sound much like sorry.
Tell you what, why don't I pick you up around 8 in me new company car?
OK. By the way, did I hear rumour that you're getting some kind of new company car?
I don't know where you could have heard that.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why didn't you let me know you were coming back?
Just never thought.
Well, I could have got some stuff in for you in Airdrie flat.
Nah, it's all right, thanks.
Oh, come in and have a cup of tea.
Yeah, well, I'm just going there for some milk and stuff.
Well, go on, I'm putting the kettle on. How's your dad and Maureen?
All right.
And we don't want anything stupid, all right?
Yeah, I've decided it. We've got a Rottweiler.
Now that's your mother's definition of stupid.
Taking you for a walk said it the other way around.
Now, can we just get to the rescue centre, please, and choose then?
Yeah. And we don't want anything big. And I don't want you encouraging him.
I don't like small dogs. Snappy.
Yeah, well, it'll be my dog.
I'll remind you that when it's raining and it needs a walk.
Can you stop putting a dampener on everything before we even get there, please?
Sorry I kept you waiting.
That's, not a problem.
Right.
Rents.
Anyone not paying?
There was a woman in Park Road invited me in for a cup of tea and a custard cream. Reckon she had more on her mind than that, though. Mind she was nearly 70.
Nellie Monroe. You were lucky to escape. Oh, here you are. It's all yours.
You said a car?
Yeah, let's just see how the job pans out first, eh? Any road. A van's a damn sight more useful. Come on, you give me a lift down to Park Road now.
Oh, Tommy, you're all right.
Of course he's all right. What do you think we are?
You're a senseless little beggar for starters.
Now we'll have less of that.
And you should have got him back to us last night where he belongs.
Oh, aye, pushed from pillar to post. What he needed were a good sleep and a bit of security. Where is he anyway, you fancy man?
Well, actually, he's...
Oh, no, don't tell me you're going to start rowing again.
Vera, get off your high horse. They are together.
Tommy, lad, you okay?
Yeah, I like it here.
He seems all right.
Somebody tell me what's going on.
Doreen's coming home. We're giving it another go. And that's a grand bit of news, isn't it, Vera?
Yeah, grand.
What's your sweetheart? Everything all right?
Yes, very. I think I've solved our little mystery.
Well, what do you mean?
Which one of that lot do you think blabbed to Ken Barlow for that newspaper article?
Not Deirdre.
Nope.
Why, it couldn't have been Janice. She wasn't here. And Hayley hasn't got the nerve.
Edna Miller.
You sure?
Told me herself. Threw it in my face.
Right. Tell her to come and get her card.
No, you can't sack her for it. You just make her a martyr.
She's not going to get away with it.
Well, good. It's about time this lot got a reminder of who's boss round here. I know how you can work it.
Hiya. I've just got Bethany off to sleep, so if that thing's going to start barking...
Listen, if this thing starts barking, it's going back.
What's that?
Well, I know you missed most of last term.
It's a rabbit brain dead. Oh, he's not having a rabbit as well, is he? If he is, it's not fair.
No, he's not. He saw the dogs, he saw the cats, he saw the gerbils, he even saw a...
An iguana.
But he just didn't like the dogs.
I know, they were right dead old, you know, right scabby looking. What's its name? Barney. Can I hold it? You've not got any of that baby powder stuff all over you. Come on. Can I take him to Simon's?
What for?
We can breed him like Tyrone did with Monica.
Don't even think it.
Listen, if we could get 400 quid a rabbit, I'd take it over there myself. But no, he's staying here. And no, Simon's rabbit can't visit.
So what's going on then with you and Jeff?
He told you we're giving it another go. I mean, it would be selfish to do anything else.
What do you mean, selfish?
Not fair on Tommy. I couldn't see it lasting, me and Carl. Not with the little one in tow.
Well, he's been fine here with me and our Jack and Tyrone. They get on really well.
It's far from ideal, though. Jack's not a well man, and frankly, in the spring chicken steaks, you don't feature that highly.
Look, we might not have money to spoil him, but we give that kid what he needed, a bit of stability.
Oh, for a while, maybe, but give you another few years and let's see you cope with a teenager.
Oh, we'd manage.
You couldn't even cope with your Terry, not when you were young and fit. And heaven help us all if Tommy turns out to be like his dad.
That's rich, that. Coming from somebody that didn't give him a second thought so she could shack up with a toy boy.
Vera, now, these have been stressful times for all of us. I'm willing to forgive the harsh words. You can still see him as much as you like. If it's love and stability that little lad needs, then he'll get all he can handle. Now, shall I take the sandwiches through?
Before you all rush off...
You what? And with dinner hour, it's turning in to grab a sign in 10 minutes.
I just want to warn you, there won't be any bonuses this week.
Why not? I've worked flipping hard. And I need it.
Not my fault. Too many rejects.
Again?
We're doing our best, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, most of you are, but not all of you. Edna, your work is costing these girls a lot of money. And me.
Me?
Your mind's not on your job, dear.
My work's fine.
Edna, not even you'd wear the knickers you've made.
Oh, this isn't about my work, is it? This is just an excuse to have a go at me for talking to Ken Barlow.
That was you?
Yes, it was, and now they're victimising me. Tell them we're not standing for it.
Yeah. Tell him you'll all go another week without bonuses because Edna's dragging you down.
Oh, that's flipping blackmail, that is. I stood up for you lot. I made it public knowledge the way he treats us.
I've got your last wage packet and your P45.
You sack me and we're all out. We'll go on strike. Tell him.
Edna, love, if your work's not up to it.
It's not my work. Honest.
We can't leave you like this, girls. Girls.
I may be a trollop lady, but I'm a trollop with teeth.
Oh, and just for the record, you're absolutely right. I'm sacking you because you talked to Barlow. Excuse me, mate. Car's run out of petrol on a bypass. You got a can or something?
Oh, well, what about you, eh? How you doing, Squire? So that's why you've been away so long. You run out of petrol, is that the How the hell are you? Good to see you.
I never thought I'd be looking forward to seeing an ugly beggar like you.
Well, listen, how you doing? How's things with you?
I'm all right. Well, I'm back anyway. Well, if I say so myself, that's a cracking job. Are you all right? Yeah,
Dennis. You remember Dennis? I spoke to you about him on the phone, yeah? Anyway, it transpires he's a damn good bike mechanic.
Yeah, right.
Could be a good wee earner as well, Kev, let me tell you.
Good. Yeah, right, well,
Cheerio, Dennis.
Look, Jim, you know, before I went away, I was selling up.
Yes, you were indeed, aye. We had a deal that was near done.
Yeah, well, it's all I've got now, and I hope you understand, I've changed my mind.
I see. Well, I mean, yeah, I put a lot of hard work into this, you know, made some improvements, if the truth's been known.
Yeah, well, you're still buying Natalie's share, aren't you? We'll be partners.
No, I don't know, half a business. I need to know what you're planning, Kev, you know?
Yeah, look, I'm sorry again.
Don't worry your head.
Are you really not going to do Al?
What can we do, eh?
He admitted it after you'd gone. He said it was because I talked to Deirdre's bloke.
And what the hell did you do that for?
Well, we'd all sat there moaning about him. I thought it was the only thing I could do that might make a difference.
It made a difference, all right. Mrs. Rashid lost her job.
She resigned.
She's ended up working in a shop.
That's not to do with me. That's her bimbo. Anyone stands up to her, they're dead.
So you let Baldwin and the rest of us think it were Deirdre, and now you're shouting from rooftops that it were you?
No, why didn't you say something then?
Why do you think?
You were scared you were going to lose your job.
Exactly. And Ken said to say now.
So, if he decided that it was one of us that had said something, me, Janice, or Bobby, would you have kept quiet then?
But it wasn't.
Oh, don't you go kidding yourself, girls. She'd have sold any of us downriver. Just like she did to Deirdre.
Edna.
Oh, these are beautiful. Oh, thank you.
And we brought these as well because we didn't know what we were eating.
Well, that makes 3 of us. I'm not allowed within 3 paces of the kitchen door.
Oh, lovely. Oh, dear, this white needs a little more chilling, I think. Oh, claret, very nice. Actually, I've got a bottle of Bordeaux, which should go very well with the main course.
Isn't Bordeaux a claret?
To the uninitiated, probably, yes. I did try to educate my ex-wife into the finer points, but she was an open-it-guzzle-it type.
I get like that myself sometimes. In fact, tonight I was tempted to have a sherry or 2. But anyway, all this talk of drinking, it made me quite thirsty. This bottle that you have open.
Breathing.
Well, while we still are, may I pour us all a glass?
I don't want to dull the palate, you see. I have a little game in mind.
What, charades, that sort of thing?
No. A little gastronomic treat.
Oh, yes.
I shall keep you in suspense a little longer, but I promise you, my philo parcels were the talk of Angela's golf club on many an occasion. Right.
You want a drink?
No, thanks.
I'll be ready in about an hour. It's not going to be a problem, is it, using company car?
No, not at all.
Good.
Company car. She doesn't know, does she?
I think I will have that drink.
Now, it's absolutely essential you start from the left.
Do you know it must be 60 years since anyone told me how to eat my food?
No, that's part of the game, you see. You've got to guess what's in each one. Each one's got a little surprise.
Do we have to?
Come on, Emily, where's your sense of adventure?
Seafood, saffron, and touch of soy.
Very good. Astute.
And there's me thinking it were black pudding. Joke.
Quite.
Polenta?
It's amazing. Your taste buds are quite remarkable.
Well, not really. I think we both use the same recipe book.
Look, lads, I don't know the first thing about bikes.
Yes, but he does, so do I. Don't you get me? That's the whole point.
Yeah, well, we've always managed in the past without.
But it's just a beginning. Word'll spread, it'll build.
Yeah, and what about the investment?
Yes, investment, Kevin, investment. That's what the garage needs.
Yeah, and where am I supposed to get the money from, Jim?
You see what I mean? This is what you're like. If you want me to jump in and buy Natalie's half of the garage, I need to know you're up for this.
Look, lads, this is my first day back. I don't want to do out daft. I'll get the bears in.
Well, it's nice to see you back, Kev.
Oh, I'm glad someone's pleased to see me. Say him again, please.
Doesn't the house seem quiet without lights on there?
You've got half a day and all.
That Dory, you know, reckon we're too old to look after him.
Ah, well, she has a point, Vera. I used to get tired just watching him having his breakfast. Why, we've still got Tyrone, haven't we? That lad's been more of a son to us than that Terence ever was.
Yeah, but for how long? We're going to be on his own again before we know it.
No. His Gary and the twins will never be short of babysitting duties.
It's not same, though, is it? Wish I could have another baby, Joe.
Huh?
Well, you know, if doctors could fix it. A woman of 60 did have one.
Vera, there is more chance of Norris Cole winning the Mr. Universe competition than there is of you having a baby. So let's have no more of it.
Won't be a moment. As a Francophile, Anthony, I'm sure you're going to enjoy what I've got in mind.
Don't tell me you got Janice and Toya Batty to be dressed as can-can girls in the yard.
Very droll, Rita. No, I think you'll find it's a little more sophisticated than that.
Emily, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this evening. As you can imagine, socialising these days is a bit difficult.
Well, I'd love to do it again, but it does turn into a production of operatic proportions when Norris gets ahead of steam.
Next time I'll do the cooking, but I can't guarantee to match his stuffed aubergine.
Oh, do you promise?
Just a slight conflagration. It's nothing to worry about.
You all right?
Yes, it was the crepe Suzettes. I poured the brandy over them like it said in the book and lit it, but I didn't realise the flames would go quite so high. The floor's rather a mess, I'm afraid. Right, everyone for cheese?
Want another pint?
No thanks, mate. No, nor me. Listen, tell me to mind my own business, Kevin, but you've only been back to the flat for 5 minutes. Don't you think you ought to go back there, spend some time, you know, face things?
Another couple of pints will help.
Oh, well, we can't let a man drink on his own, eh, Dennis?
Never let him be said.
Right. 2 more pints, boys.
Look, I might be talking out of turn, but it's not just you that's only got the garage in his life. I mean, Jim's had a right rough time recently. And what about young Tyrone? What's he going to do if the business goes down the pan?
And what about you?
I've never had much. But I am enjoying this job more than I've enjoyed out in years. Look, boss, all I'm saying is Jim needs to know he can rely on you. We all do.
Doesn't leave me much choice then, does it?
Well, you better be as good as Jim reckons you are, OK? Trust me. Hey, you're all right, you. For a non-biker.
I gather Kevin's not selling up anymore.
Nah, I can see his point. I wish I didn't, but I can't.
What about my half? Do you still want it?
Well, somebody better buy it, hadn't they? Have to keep an eye on him, otherwise he'd make a pig's ear, the whole thing.
You know, Jim, you make out you're such a tough guy, but you're not. We're a big softie, really.
Yeah, well, let's see. So listen, have you thought about a price for your half?
Well, I don't know. I mean, business is booming, isn't it? What with the bikes and everything.
Oh, I see. So I'm going to have to pay for my own success. Is that the crack?
Nah, I'll just be glad to sell. Go on, drinks are on me.
Oh, here. Still, I'm sure you'll find a way to put these on the price of the garage.
You set?
Give me 1 minute. Betty, are you ready? I'm off.
Yeah, can you get a move on? There's a taxi waiting.
Taxi? What about the company car?
Got something to tell you about that.
Right, well, now, don't forget, Norris, bright and early in the morning.
I suppose my little disaster will be broadcast far and wide.
Won't say a word.
Thank you both for a splendid evening.
Well, we enjoyed it very much. Well, I did anyway. Good night.
No, this tie's completely broken.
Good night.
Well, that was a lovely evening.
That was the best laugh I've had in ages.
Next time we won't take them a bottle of wine. We'll just take a fire extinguisher. If there is a next time.
Oh. Don't you want to do it again?
Yes, of course. Don't you?
Yes, I do. Do you know, the nice thing about tonight is having someone to share it with. It's never the same on your own.
No.
Good night, Anthony. Thank you for a lovely evening.
Thank you for everything.